Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. Today is Wednesday, June 18th, 2014. My name is Matt Bernat, filling in for Frank Fortunato, who is in London this week. U.S. Special Forces seized the suspected mastermind of the deadly Benghazi consulate attack in a weekend raid in Libya. Ahmed Abu Khattala has been wanted in the assault that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans. His capture is the first of one of the alleged perpetrators of the attacks. Khattala was captured late Sunday by Special Operations Forces in Libya and was flown to the USS New York, a ship built with steel from the World Trade Center towers in New York City. There were no American casualties in the raid. Khattala, a senior leader of the Benghazi branch of the terror group Ansar al-Sharia in Libya, is being held now in a secure location. The effort to snag Khattala was aided by the fact that he is persona non grata with the current Libyan government. He will be tried in a U.S. court, most likely in Washington, D.C. Currently, he is being interrogated by FBI officials. He faces charges of killing a person in the course of an attack on a federal facility, providing material support to terrorists that result in death, and using a firearm in relation to a crime of violence. These charges carry the death penalty. Reports have come in that 40 Indian nationals, mostly construction workers working on various projects near the Iraq city of Mosul, have been kidnapped by suspected ISIL militants while being evacuated from the area. The Indian government is sparing no efforts in finding out the fate of its nationals in Iraq. It responded to this news by immediately contacting a number of authorities in Iraq. In addition, former ambassador to Iraq from India, Suresh Reddy, will leave for Iraq later on Wednesday to deal with the situation. With around 46 Indian nurses already stranded in Tikrit, the Indian government is sparing no cost for the rescue and safe return of its citizens. A spokesperson for the Indian government has said that the External Affairs Minister, Sushma Swaraj, is personally monitoring and reviewing the situation there on a regular basis. 2 moderate earthquakes have struck off Japan's eastern coast near Fukushima, as the operator of the nuclear power plant has said that the company's efforts to freeze radioactive water in the facility had hit a glitch and may take longer than expected. Officials said there was no immediate risk to the stricken power plant after these most recent earthquakes. The first, with a magnitude of 5.7, occurred 91 kilometers off the coast of Honshu at 3 a.m. local time on Monday night. A second quake, measuring 5.6, struck 2 hours later closer to shore. The same coastline was struck by a devastating quake and subsequent tsunami in 2011 that killed more than 18,000 people and sparked a meltdown at the Fukushima nuclear power plant, the world's worst nuclear accident in nearly a generation. Tokyo Electric Power had planned to freeze some of the 11,000 tons of toxic water pooled in trenches below 2 of the reactor buildings at the plant and began construction of the project in April, but said that the water has not frozen yet. The utility is also working on a project to build a 1.4-kilometer underground wall of ice around 4 reactor buildings at Fukushima to prevent groundwater from flowing in and radioactive water from seeping into the Pacific Ocean. In the 3 years since the massive earthquake and tsunami, Tokyo Electric has been fighting a constant battle to pump out, treat, and store hundreds of thousands of tons of contaminated radioactive water. Tokyo Electric Power has said that it found no anomalies at the site following the recent earthquakes. 2 other power plants in the area have also reported no problems. Ukraine said on Tuesday it was treating an explosion on a pipeline carrying Russian gas to the rest of the European Union as a possible act of terrorism, intended to discredit Ukraine as a reliable supplier of gas. The explosion came after Russia cut supplies of gas to Kiev after price negotiations failed earlier this week. However, Russia has continued supplying gas to the European Union. The Urengoy-Pomary-Uzhgorod pipeline, which was hit by the blast, is the main transit route for Russian gas to the European Union via Ukraine. Police said the blast on the pipeline happened about 2 meters below ground. Ukrainian state-run gas transport monopoly, Uktransgaz, said there was no disruption to the gas flow from the explosion. Emergency services said the blast was caused when the pipeline depressurized, and as of now, there is no explanation for what caused this depressurization. The Interior Ministry issued a statement which described the blast, which sent a plume of dark smoke high into the sky over central Ukraine, as the latest attempt by the Russian side to discredit Ukraine as a partner in the gas sector. The Energy Ministry also suggested that there may have been foul play involved, saying that this was not the first attempted terrorist attack on the Ukrainian gas transport system. There was no immediate comment from Moscow or the rebels who rose up in eastern Ukraine, many of them hoping Russia would annex the region in March. Mr. Poroshenko's office said in a statement on Wednesday that they had confirmed the telephone call between the two leaders had occurred, and the conditions that could lead to a durable ceasefire had been discussed. Claudia Kolbatskaya, a spokeswoman for the Donetsk People's Republic, a pro-Russian group in Ukraine, said that the ceasefire proposal had not prompted a response from the armed forces loyal to her group. Denis Pushilin, one of the leaders of the political wing of the Donetsk People's Republic, told RAIN TV in Moscow that he considered Mr. Poroshenko's proposal meaningless. Russia had said that it does not control or speak for the pro-Russian rebels in eastern Ukraine, but senior Russian officials, including Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, have insisted that the Ukrainian government must stop its military crackdown in the east, and also expressed confidence that the rebels would put down their arms. The New Zealand Earthquake Commission, who buys one of the world's largest reinsurance programs, has benefited from softer catastrophe reinsurance pricing in its latest renewal, allowing it to buy more cover while rates are down approximately 10%. In 2013, the New Zealand Earthquake Commission purchased $3.25 billion of reinsurance cover, but this year the EQC's reinsurance program purchase has grown to $4.5 billion. According to Chief Executive Ian Simpson, the pricing on New Zealand earthquake catastrophe reinsurance has dropped by approximately 10%, with the EQC putting the savings towards the increased limit in cover. The $4.5 billion of reinsurance protection has cost the EQC approximately $150 million, and the latest reinsurance renewal includes a reinstatement clause, allowing the EQC to more quickly reload its reinsurance protection should an event occur. I guess earthquakes are now bringing stability these days. That's the news for today. Thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. If we have any important breaking news, we will come back on and tell you. Have a nice day.